I want to start by giving a short statement that came from the leadership of the joint security agencies, applauding security personnel for effectively securing the Easter holiday and festivities across the country. Reports from all our jurisdictions indicate that the festivities were generally peaceful without any incidents of major security significance. At least millions of Christians gathered in churches and places of worship across the country to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ and also observe the Easter holiday. And for this, we want to thank all religious leaders and who worked with our security teams to ensure the safety and security of churchgoers and well-wishers. In addition to that, our territorial teams across the country also worked with the events organizers, promoters, and successfully policed the music shows and concerts at major venues. There were no untoward incidents registered, apart from an unauthorized event that took place at Kalenda Guest House. That was on Easter. It was attended by more than 1,000 people, but they didn't consult the office of the RPC and ODPC. They worked with the local OC, and as a result, a number of revelers were attacked, others were mugged and robbed of their mobile phones and other valuables. So we are taking disciplinary action on that OC, and we've also summoned the proprietor of Kalenda Guest House and the events promoter for organizing this unauthorized event. Outside those Easter activities, we want to update the country that our crackdown operations on armed gangs is still ongoing. During the course of last week, in Nsanji, we managed to screen 72 suspects, out of whom 21 were taken to court. Then Old Kampala also carried out an operation against criminal elements suspected to be carrying out armed robberies with pangas in the areas of Chigaga Zone, Natete. An assortment of exhibits which include 4 DVDs, hair dryer, counterfeit notes, subwoofers with speakers, 4 pangas, 2 hammers, and flat TVs, 3 mobile phones. An assortment of exhibits were recovered, but we managed to round up 53 notorious suspects from Old Kampala. And the other operation was conducted in Katwe, Chinyoro Zone, Makindye Division, due to concerns of increased criminality, phone snatching, smash and grab using pavers, and the mugging of people at Clock Tower and Sambia Road and the Stella Zone. So in that operation that was carried out by Katwe, we managed to arrest 30 suspects. And out of those, we screened out 24 who were very notorious and who were on our wanted list. There's Abra Mary, Musanyu Comfort, Muzuni Eric, Bamwine Silva, and others. So in that operation, we recovered an assortment of flat screens, cameras, scientific calculators, then 50 kilograms of opium, and then house-breaking implements. Another operation was carried out also in that is around the Clock Tower and Machindi Road. Here, no, it is the same operation. Then on the 18th, another intelligence-led operation was carried out in Kevina, that is Katwe border, with Kabalagala, and 26 suspects were arrested. This was a major operation because we recovered 78 flat screens that were suspected stolen in that operation, 54 mobile phones, mattresses, surveyor machines, laptops, 20 motorcycle engines. There's a passport of a lady, of a US citizen, and we rounded up 26 in that operation. We had 2 more cases of baby theft. We've talked about baby theft in hospitals and in communities, but we still continue to register cases of baby thefts, which raises fears over the safety of infants at hospitals and in communities. For instance, during the week, our police in Kampala Metropolitan North and Nansana Division tracked down and recovered a baby girl who was stolen from its mother, Nabakoza Elizabeth. That was on the 28th of March, 2022. Now, it took us almost something like 2 weeks to recover this baby because we were trying to use our surveillance methods, but luckily enough we managed to track down where this baby was stolen and taken. And the facts indicate that the mother, that is Nabakoza Elizabeth of Chanja Mukono, had been admitted at Kasangati Health Center, but because she was supposed to undergo an operation, she was referred to Kawempe Regional Referral Hospital, where she gave birth by C-section, and that was on the 25th. Then on the 28th, she was discharged. However, the challenge came when her mother, called Nabukera Esther, failed to raise money to transport them back to Mukono. So she said that she told the new mother to remain behind. She goes and looks for money, and then she comes back. That is when one of the strangers in the wards, called Nakato Shamim, started befriending this new mother called Nabakoza, and said, no, let us go to my place in Nabweru, and then we stay there until your mother comes back, because at hospital here, you are highly inconvenienced. So this lady, the new mother Nabakoza, accepted to move with the new stranger, a friend whom she had just gotten that day, and they accepted to go to Nabweru. It was around 8 p.m. that Nakato Shamim told her that there are many mosquitoes in our home in Nabweru, let's go to Nansana. That was at 8 p.m. So along the way, she offered to carry the baby, and she disappeared with the baby under the cover of darkness. So this lady, being somebody who didn't know the geography of Nabweru, she's from Mukono, went to the police and reported. So we carried out investigations, and we established that on the 29th, Nakato Shamim carried the baby and took the baby to her mother called Nagawa Rachel, a 50-year-old peasant of Nakwanya village in Mitiana. Because she had convinced the mother all along that she was pregnant, the mother was sending her herbs, for bathing and the like. But we managed to recover the stolen baby after 14 days. and reunited the baby with the mother. The prime suspect, Nakato Shamim, is on the run, but we've arrested the mother. That is Nagawarecho. You see how some of these children take problems to their parents who are very innocent. And so we arrested the mother, Nagawarecho, 50-year-old.
The events that we had over Easter Monday. Afande has specifically talked about those events that we had on Easter Sunday. But we are all aware that most of the events that happened within Kampala Metropolitan were there on Easter Monday. And I would want to categorically state that those events that were where the proprietors, events managers had informed the police about the happening of the event, especially in Entebbe, where we had motorcycle riders who had put up an event. We had an event in Botanical and many other places. Also here in Kabalagala at Jahazi Paya, the events went on well because the events managers had worked with police. We deployed CT. However, we did register a few incidents of phone snatching, and currently we are still looking for a specific phone that was stolen from someone at Botanical. Away from that, we did cancel 3 events. And today early morning, we saw one of the artists coming out to complain that her event was cancelled. That is Catherine Kosasira. She had planned events that side of Ndeje as you go to Shiviri, where she had not informed even the local police, the DPC or the RPC. So we had to cancel the event. We had to inform the events planners to close. There was also an event in Wankulukuku that was closed. There was also an event in Ndeje that was also closed. So 3 events within Kampala Metropolitan South, that is under Katwe Policing Division, were all closed because the organizers didn't measure up to the security guidelines that were issued by the IGP. Not even very far. So if anyone is out there complaining, they should know that they didn't measure up to the security guidelines and they were risking, or they were about to risk the lives of whoever was going to attend these events.